Welcome back to another episode of Do It Yourself Harley. I think this is episode 14. And what we're going to do here is we're going to put on the primary case. And I've already began by, of course, cleaning this off. Put the new gasket in here. That is for the shifter lever, of course. Gotta have that. That will go, it slides on here, of course, seals up from any fluid coming out. And then also there is a gasket that comes in your gasket kit, and it'll be for this one. Put that on and just let it sit there. Then of course you've got your primary cover gasket. Make sure you have this is positioned correctly on each one of these little guides. There's 3 of them, so that'll help. And then basically, if you want to, you can put a little RTV. Some people do it, some people don't, and it kind of helps hold the gasket up. Now, I haven't done that, of course, and probably not gonna go do it. I'm gonna try to do it without it. But in a previous video, I was describing to you about this brass spacer or washer, and what it does is it goes on here, and of course it connects to your housing here, the starter housing and the solenoid housing. Now what happens is when you remove these 2 bolts, one here, and the housing and everything comes off, what happens is as you're pulling it out, this brass washer will actually stick to the inside of your primary case, and it'll sit there. And actually what it does is when you pull it out, it'll drop and it'll fall, but it'll stick like that as long as you take it off easy. Now if you yank it off there, it'll probably fall down in your primary case, but most of the time it won't. This is made to actually stick. Now one thing that can help you when putting it back in is to put a little RTV on this particular part here, and then just stick this to it, let it sit for a minute, let it seal itself on there, then put the whole housing and everything back in, or the starter housing, and along with the solenoid housing, whatever you want to call it. This housing part, when you put it back in, it won't move off or anything like that. And it also helps actually when you take it back out too, because sometimes it will actually stay on there when you pull it back out. Most of the time it won't, sometimes it does. It just depends. Most of the time it will drop out. This will come off and it will sit right there once you remove this housing. When you move the primary case cover, it should be sitting right there. Sometimes it'll come off with it. It just depends. But it is cold outside. But I'm going to try to finish this thing up here next couple of days and actually have this thing all together. But what we're going to do here is, like I said, we're going to put the primary cover back on. And the first thing we want to do is, of course, you put, this is your tensioner for the primary chain. Of course, we're all loose and everything's loose. Of course, this is naturally just sitting on the frame. And at the bottom of your primary cover, there will be a hole like that one. See if I can face it towards the camera. And it'll actually have a bolt in it. You pull that out to make sure that you don't have any tension built up onto the tensioner. But the first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to have some good old white lithium grease. And you're going to spray this with white lithium grease. You don't have to cake it or anything like that, but that will be your initial lubrication that you'll run with until you can get oil in it. So you just want to lube it up halfway decently, nothing too spectacular. Try not to get it too caked on there. But that white lithium grease will provide a little bit of lubrication for you. It'll make things a hell of a lot easier. Don't forget to spray the shaft too. make it a little bit easier when sliding it on. And then pretty much, you just take the primary case cover, line her up correctly. And like I said, it's pretty much dummy proof. You can't really go wrong unless you're me. But now sometimes it's a little bit difficult getting it on that starter. Oh, there it goes. Okay, and everything should just slide on there nice and easy. Of course, make sure your gasket and everything's good. I've got a little bit of an issue here, it seems. Don't quite know what it is yet, but it is having a difficult time getting on there all the way. Of course, this may take a few times for you to be able to get it correctly positioned to where it looks like it will bolt up correct. Okay, there we go. Happened to be my starter cable there, or clutch cable, I mean. What the hell was that? Well, I heard something fall, so I'm going to take this back off. I don't know what the world that was. Okay, good thing we did check that out. Because the cable actually came loose. And so we're going to put that back in. That's all part of it, I guess. Slip that back in there if I can. Clutch cable. Always something. It never fails. You know. Put this back in. Come on, get in. Oh, stop it, bull crap. Okay, there we go. So we're back in. Let's try this again. Got to keep some tension on it. Prevent it from coming out, I guess. Never fails when you go to make a video. There's always something that goes wrong there. Okay. So that should stay there, hopefully. Doesn't want to be a pain in my butt again. Yeah. Now you got to be careful when you're putting these back on that those bearings don't come out and all that good stuff and ruin your day. Okay. So, try this again. Okay, we're back in. Let's try this again. And now, for some reason, like I said, never fails. There's another issue here. That this time, maybe. Come on, get on there. There we go. So now we got everything. Ah, there we are. Okay, so we are in place. Now, pull this out a little bit. Make sure. Oh, don't do that too much. There we go. Because that's actually gonna help you there. Now you got it all on there. You want to make sure your gasket's in the bottom and everything like that, which it does require a little bending over and all that good stuff. Pretty much as long as you see the gasket, you'll be okay. Let me bend down here and try to see if I got the gasket in the front and all that good stuff, which it looks like I have achieved victory. Okay. you get all your washers and I thought I had a smaller nylon washer because I was going to put a nylon there, but apparently I don't. So we're just going to go with the how I had it, or how they had it before. If I can get the thing on there. But that's going to keep a little bit of tension for you. If I can get the thing on there. Hate this cold weather. Oh, come on. Why must you do this to me? Okay, just I think it burned or something. I don't know, but okay. Not too much worried about that bolt. Now, this bolt kit came from, of course, Alloy Bolts, and I'll show you that. Alloybolts.com, and like I said, it comes in a full complete kit with all the gizmos and gadgets you need, and basically for converting everything over, it did cost about $50 or so, and which isn't too expensive. And what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to put a few of these in, a way to keep our gasket lined up. I'm not going to tighten them down though. Don't tighten them down. Just kind of get it in there to where it holds the gasket all in place. You want to make sure everything is good before you go tightening. Now, one thing I did forget to mention, that basically where these are screwing down at, would help if I did this correctly, is I did blow out the bolt holes. Can't forget the all-important washers. Okay. You put your washers on, naturally. Been so busy lately and everything like that, with the holiday seasons and all that good stuff, been forgetting a lot of stuff there lately. But so you get these snug down. Go ahead and open up all these. And they're all the same size, so but for some reason it comes in little separate compartments for some reason. Yeah. And every one of these, of course, are the same size. Put your washers on. Just go around, make sure that every one of them screws in real nice. Like I said, it's going to help keep that gasket straight. Now, make sure that when you are putting it back together, that you actually put everything inside that you're supposed to. Okay, that bolt for some reason is having a little bit of trouble. This bottom bolt here seems a little bit stiff. So I'm going to try another one. Okay, that one's in. I got one more here that I'm having difficulty with. Get a little can of air here. Blow the hole out. Helps to have a good can of WD-40 nearby. It doesn't have dirt all over the stem. Spray it up in there. Take your can of air again. Blow it out. And just maybe, if we're lucky, this bolt will screw in there. A little bit stiff. I have no idea why. Why it's so stiff for. It could be strapped out at the end or have some more gunk in it somewhere. Well, there's nothing on the end of it, so I don't think it's that. But spray just a little bit more WD back in there. Clean that sucker out. It may be just a little bit too long. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to open up the rest of these bolts because they go, of course, in the top section there. I tell you, one of the most painful things that I had to put on this whole bike was a dang gum kickstand. Of all things. But then I realized that the underside piece where the spring hooks up was bent a little. And another pain in my butt is trying to get this one last washer out. But I know a trick. So we got it. Okay. And this, honestly, this little kit from Alloy Bolts is going to save you a lot of heartache and pain in the long run because of course, their Allen heads. So, makes things, will make things 10 times easier on you. Hopefully. So what we got going on here, we got one bolt that's wanting to be difficult. Make sure you check to make sure your where your tensioner goes is not moved itself or anything like that, which I don't think it has. You'll find out. And miss one. Put one. I got an extra washer here. That ain't no good. Well, I got everything apparently, but maybe they gave me an extra washer. We'll stick our little screwdriver down in this hole that decides it wants to be difficult. Down to new. Probe around in there and make sure ain't nothing sitting in there. Seems long enough to fit. It's probably just... Oh, there it goes. Oh yeah, so it's definitely long enough. Yeah, it's definitely long enough in there. Screw it in again. See. Okay, there we go. Yeah, just had a little bit of some kind of either corrosion buildup or something in there. But some of you are probably wondering what this little bolt's for here, and I'd imagine it's for right underneath here. There's some kind of little drainage plug or some kind of deal there. And I don't know if I can even actually get that thing out. It's been in there for about 400 years. So, I don't know if I'm just going to be able to get that out or not. But, so what we're going to do is, go ahead and tighten all these up. Just snug them down. You got to make sure everything is okay, because we don't want the clutch cable actually to come loose. You want to make sure all that's good. So, if the clutch cable all of a sudden just pulls right out of there, you know something's wrong. So we'll snug all these down. And I did forget a washer on this one. I thought so. Okay. So we're going to snug them all down. Just a hand snug. I want to make sure that, you know, relatively straight. And just work your way around. Then you just snug them just like this. That's all you have to do. You're not putting any torque on them or nothing like that. Which these are only require about 10 pounds of torque. They don't really require a lot. And most of that can be done just by your hand. I mean, the average person can put 10 pounds of torque on something easy. Hell, even my girlfriend and my daughter could do it, to be honest. Okay, so we're all basically tight. We're going to give that time to do its thing there. And of course, like I said, this right here and that nut right there. Let me see. Oh. Now, of course, some of you are going to immediately notice that, of course, this is blue. Well, all that is actually chipping off. I'm just going to peel it off there and go with the regular polished aluminum. So we're going to screw this down. For some reason, it's being difficult, like always. There's always something that's going to be difficult. Hopefully I don't run out of time on my phone. Yeah, I'm already up to 25 minutes already. But, so I'll go ahead. I only got about 30 minutes of record time on my phone. But we're up to 25 minutes already. So what we'll do is, like I said, you'll tighten this down. Just give it a good little snug. And actually, I think there's actually a gasket that goes behind this. Now that I think about it. But, so what we got is a failure to communicate. Come on, don't be difficult. Why? Why? Bah. Of course. But I'll probably have to do a part 2 to this. But that's just putting the cover on. We'll call this just putting the cover on. And of course, like I said, I think there's a copper gasket that goes here. And it might actually be in the kit. Oh no, there's not one. There's not one. I forgot. There's a seal inside there. So that gasket's inside there already. So it should seal. It seals that up. Of course, you could probably put a washer on there just to make it look good. And pretty much that's how to put it on. And of course, once you get everything screwed down and you're happy with it, you come back and just give these a good old snug. And you know. And like I said, 10 pounds can easily, 10 or 15 pounds, actually you don't even have to apply that much, just enough to get them down. And of course, you got to have some mechanical skills to know the feel of what 10 pounds feels like. I mean, if you want an idea, get you a 10-pound weight and stick on top of it. If it keeps pushing it down, then you know. And you just go around, nice and even, and just continue to tighten these down. Until, basically, where your hand is feeling, you know, a little bit of pressure, but not much pressure. But with that, guys, like I said, I got to end the video here because I'm at 27 minutes now. But I'll make a part 2 of doing all of your adjustments and getting this off. I got to get that off for some reason. For some reason, I can't get that off. But I'll figure that out here in a minute, why I can't get that unscrewed. Done it hundreds of times like that before. It just doesn't feel like doing it today for me. But anyways. So with that, guys, I will see you guys later.